Why small business money buckets? How many small businesses actually know what they can draw for themselves to use in their household budget? This budget is designed to work out what you can draw from the money you receive from your business to transfer over to your household budget. If you select the fully tax-inclusive budget, it will make rough allowances for tax and GST and recommend what you should put away. If you select the ex-GST budget, there will be no allowances made for tax.
It is deliberately kept simple so that anybody can use it. It's not designed to replace your accountant, but to give you a rough guide and feel until they check all the figures for you and do your tax returns or BAS reports. But it lets you know numbers now, not 12 months after the fact. We always suggest you have a separate business or trading bank account. This will definitely make your accountant's life easier and give you a much better idea of what money you have to spend and put away for tax. It lets you quickly look at what has been received and spent on a purely business basis. It lets you budget properly. We are going to work out what costs are going to be needed to run your business and can be used as tax or GST deductions. When first entering your small business budget, you will just have the one entry column. Be careful to select weekly, fortnightly, monthly, etc. when you enter a figure, so that it averages out correctly for the year. You can go back and change a number if you put it in wrong. You can also change the numbers after you push calculate. Check your bill's frequency setting if it doesn't look right. This first data entry can be done from last year's tax return or profit and loss. Once you push calculate, it will spread it out over 12 months. This will then give you a starting budget. You can then change it to what you think is going to happen in the next year. Maybe put a once-year bill in the correct month, or make guesstimates about what you think is going to change. During the year, go back and change it monthly to reflect what actually happened that month. You may have to adjust your budget to keep it accurate to what is actually happening around you, so you can make informed decisions. Now put your starting bank balance in the first box of the cash flow row. This will start to give you an accurate cash flow forecast. It will become more accurate as you go. You can then save a copy and use it as a basis for next year's budget as well, making it easier to estimate the coming year. Just rename the copy and start again the next year. The figure for staff wages is not intended for your own wages unless you put yourself into the proper PAYG payroll system. Rather, that is for when you employ people such as an apprentice or assistant and have to pay their tax and super, etc. You will see an amount of money available to draw. This is the money you can take out over into your household budget. It will have had an allowance taken out for tax. You're going to need to decide how much of that money you can take out on a regular basis so you can work out your household budget. You will need to do that budget separately. You may decide to leave some of the profit in to help run the business or expand it. The tax is estimated at the current Australian personal tax rates. If you take more than what is shown, your business is going to run short of money and not pay its bills or tax. If there is not enough to bring over to your household budget to make it work, you may need to organise some more finance or make some arrangement to get through the cash flow slump. If it's short, don't be scared to call for help. There are options you may not have known about. Always best to arrange finance before you actually need it. Otherwise, you may have no choice but high interest short-term loans. Call 1800 825 010. You could also use these budgets to plan and see what money you may need to invest into your budget. If you know you are not going to make a profit straight away, how much do you need to cover it? Put your cash position or bank account balance in the first box of the cash flow row. This should give you an idea of what your bank account should look like once the bills have been paid that month and the months going forward. What's the coming cash flow look like? Many businesses don't initially make a profit to start. Will your partner's income, your savings or business loan cover your business and household and loan payments before going forward? You may not be able to borrow additional money in a loss situation or a bad cash flow situation. Have you put the finance or loan arrangements in place to cover this before you start? Starlight Home Loans can help with using home loan equity to set this up. before you take the plunge. Money Bucket's small business budget is free to use. You can store, save and edit your budget on our website. What we would appreciate is that if you need help with debt problems or would like to refinance or obtain a new home or business loan, you give us a call on 1800 825 010 to see what we can do.